Mark said, quote, "In 2015, this was the one and only channel that shows poverty and how we give help to poor Filipinos. I've been doing this type of program since 2006, using my own money in my pockets. I never had an intention to film and upload what I do on the internet until 2015. My perspective: why tell anyone about the help that you give? Why broadcast the help that you do to others? If you genuinely want to help, do it silently. The reason why I decided to film and share on the internet what I do. Because I want to spread awareness. I want my fellow countrymen and the whole world to see that poverty does exist. That economic inequality, societal oppression, repression, exploitation, and social injustices do exist in this time of ours. You guys are aware that I am highly opinionated and a person with loud mouth. Yes, true. But without my sentiments and rants, there's no reason for me to share on the internet what I do. Without my sentiments, rants, news reporting, sharing of knowledge and information, there's no point of filming the help that we give to our fellow countrymen. Nowadays, copycats are popping out like mushrooms. My assumption: they are using the poor to make money. They are using the poor to promote their channels. They are using the poor for their own financial advantages. They are using the poor for their own financial reasons. I mentioned many times that charity won't solve poverty. Charity is not the solution to eliminate poverty. To eliminate poverty, we need a societal, economic and political progressive changes. Progressive changes that will benefit everyone and not just the few. Progressive changes that will also benefit the people at the bottom, and not just the few who sit on the top of the paradigm." Unquote. Mark said, quote, "If you are fully aware, but turning a blind eye to social injustices that are happening in our society, then what kind of a citizen are you? If you are fully aware, but ignoring the oppressions and exploitations, then what kind of a person are you? If you are fully aware, but playing deaf about the repressions that your fellow countrymen experience, then what kind of a human are you? To end economic inequality, oppressions, exploitations, repressions, and social injustices. First, we have to be aware. Second, we have to pay attention. And third, we have to do something about it." Unquote. Mark said, quote, "Love. Why do I share my sentiments against social injustices and economic inequality? It's because of love. Why do I shout out my political and societal rants? It's because of love. Love. I love my fellow countrymen. I love my fellow mankind. My sentiments or rants are not about hatred, but love. It's all about love and nothing more. Argentine revolutionary Ernesto Guevara fought and gave his life for love. He died because of his love for his fellow human beings. In my personal opinion, we got to have a piece of Ernesto Guevara in our hearts." Unquote.
Sa mga ina-upload ko na tungkol sa mga mahalagang societal issues, may isa o dalawa na magbibigay atensyon. Kapag sinasabihan ko si Cesar na ipakita ang bottom part ng toilet bowl para malaman natin kung malinis ba sa bahay ang nakatira, nako, tadtad ng comments ang comment box. Malimit nilang sabihin na may sayad daw ako sa utak. Mga hunghang, mag-comment kayo about sa mga mahalagang bagay na dapat bigyang pansin sa ating lipunan. Hindi yung lagi kayong naghahanap ng bagay na ipupukol sa akin. Pero syempre, masisisi ko ba kayo? Ang laman ng bunbunan nyo ay hanggang pangkubeta lang. Nagbukas ako ng employment agency dito sa Amerika. Pinaghirapan ng swerte at nagkaroon ng sapat na kinikita. The same year, inumpisahan ko ang aking outreach program sa Pilipinas. So 2006 pa lang, ginagawa ko na to. Pero hindi ko ina-upload sa video social media ang ginagawa ko at pagbibigay ng tulong sa kapwa ko Pilipino. Lagi kong sinasabi noon na kapag ikaw ay gagawa o magbibigay ng tulong sa iyong kapwa, wag mo na pangalandakan, sarilinin mo na lang. Taong 2015, nag-decide ako na i-upload sa video social media ang ginagawa ko at pagbibigay ng tulong sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Mark said, quote, "The reason why I upload films about poverty in the Philippines is to spread awareness. To combat economic inequality, social inequality, oppressions, repressions, abuses, and exploitations. First, we have to be aware. Second, we have to pay attention. Third, we have to do something about it. We as Filipinos and citizens of this planet should not turn a blind eye, not to play deaf, and not to pretend mute. We as human beings have a responsibility to give care and to show compassion to others. We as citizens have a great responsibility to safeguard our ball of genuine democracy. We as citizens have a responsibility to fight tyranny and corruption. Wake up, my fellow citizens." Unquote.
Mark said, quote, "In the Philippines, it is accepted by the society that poverty exists, that millions of Filipinos experience hunger. It is accepted by the society that corruptions are rampant. The bottom line, dire poverty and corruptions are part of the norms. Most rich and middle-class folks do not want to talk about it. They simply do not care. They only talk about the world that revolves around their lifestyle. People like I who talk about problems of the country and societal issues are considered leftists. They accuse us of being anti-government communists. That's how narrow-minded most people are. This is what I want to say. It is wrong. It is wrong to accept that dire poverty and rampant corruptions are part of our society, and to have a mentality that there's nothing we could do about it. If we really want to eliminate poverty, the first thing that we need to do is to change our bent mentality. We have to be aware, we have to pay attention, and we have to do something about it. Unquote.
Important notes from Mark. 1. I personally don't pocket any amount of financial contributions from the contributors. Your contributions go straight to the families we reach and to other expenses. 2. I do not publish on YouTube the stories of the families we reach without a signed release agreement and parental or guardian consent. The release agreement gives me a permission to publish their stories on YouTube. 3. Business, personal and GoFundMe fundraiser accounts. All the funds, contributions, sources of income, and other monetary sources that go into my accounts are being reported to the taxman. My bank also reports to the taxman every year, by the end of the year. There's a certified public accountant who does the accounting and auditing of my accounts. The certified public accountant reports to the taxman. 4. You don't need to open and register a charitable organization/foundation/institution to give help to people in the Philippines. Reaching and giving help to people in the Philippines is not illegal. There's no law that states that you need to open and register a charitable organization/foundation/institution first, before you are able to give help to people legally. Mark said, quote, 98% of viewers of this channel have no mental capacity, interest and knowledge for the real roots of poverty and social injustices. Many of the viewers of this channel, majority are Filipinos, are here for entertainment only. Yes, they are on this channel for the purpose of entertaining themselves. The truth is, majority of Filipinos are dumb, misinformed and unknowledgeable of sensitive societal issues. They would rather watch Korean telenovelas than to watch important news and current affairs. They would rather listen to gossips about lives of others than to listen to information that greatly affect the country as a whole. They would rather pay attention to love life of their favorite celebrities than to pay attention to social injustices that happen within the communities. Not all, but majority of Filipinos are dumb and ignorant. That is why we Filipinos are easy targets for the crony businessman and corrupt politicians to be fooled. Corruption, social injustices, oppression and repression are part of the Filipino culture because we Filipinos are dumb and ignorant. I will say it again, majority of Filipinos are dumb and ignorant. If we Filipinos really want positive changes for all, then we must be aware, pay attention, and do something about it. Remember, we need progressive changes that would benefit all, and not just the few who sit on the top of the paradigm. Unquote.
Ako may dahilan kung bakit ako nag-a-upload ng films/videos about poverty. Ikaw, ano ang dahilan mo? Ano ang dahilan mo kung bakit mo ina-upload sa social media ang iyong ginagawang pagtulong sa mga taong mahihirap? Para ano? Magpasikat? I-enhance ang iyong ego? O i-promote ang iyong channel? Ano ang dahilan mo? Ako may dahilan kung bakit ako nag-a-upload ng films/videos about poverty. Ikaw, ano ang dahilan mo? Ano ang dahilan mo kung bakit mo ina-upload sa social media ang iyong ginagawang pagtulong sa mga taong mahihirap? Para ano? Magpasikat? I-enhance ang iyong ego? O i-promote ang iyong channel? Ano ang dahilan mo?
Hindi ko nilalahat pero maraming tao ang walang pakialam sa katotohanan. Ang gusto lang nila ay marinig ang gusto nilang marinig. Kahit ito pa ay binabalot ng panlilinlang at kasinungalingan. Alam nyo, ang mga intelihenteng tao, nauunawaan nila na nakataya ang aking buhay dahil sa ginagawa kong to. Na-appreciate nila ang aking walang habas na pagbatikos at pag-expose sa katotohanan. Ngayon, ang mga brainless na katoto, hindi yan nagbibigay atensyon sa mga mahalagang societal issues na dapat bigyan ng pansin. Mas nais nilang batikusin ako na kung bakit ko dinala si Mary Ann sa beach. Pero syempre, hindi ko sila masisisi. Walang kapasidad ang kanilang bunbunan para sa mga usaping malalalim. Ano nga ba ang alam nila at paki nila sa societal issues? Natural, wala. Mas nais nilang manood ng We Are All Dead sa Netflix kaysa makinig sa mahalagang balita. May nag-iwan ng comment, someone left a comment. Ang sabi niya, he said, "Hindi ka sikat, tinitira pa presidente. Punta kang Mindanao, ako papatay sa'yo." In English, "You are not famous. You are attacking the president. Come here to Mindanao. I'm going to kill you."
English translation. New People's Army video bloggers, surrender now while there's still time. Stop what you are doing. You are in disguise, pretending that you are helping, but the truth is, you are recruiting people to join you in the mountains. We all know you. Mark said. Quote, "Just to let you guys know, that we are saving the screenshots of people who red tag us and our channel. These people will be sued for defamation and libel." Unquote.
Ang red tagging sa Pilipinas ay nakakabahala. Ikaw ay i-red tag ng mga bayarang online trolls, mga right-wing folks, at minsan ay pati mismo ang mga kapulisan. Kung ikaw ay may hinanaing o kritisismo ukol sa mga bagay-bagay at sa mga tao na may kinalaman sa pamamahala sa gobyerno, automatic ikaw ay komunista and or terorista and or kasapi ng komunistang rebeldeng grupo. May nag-iwan ng komento. Ang sabi niya, "Mark, ang tawagan niyo ng mga kaibigan mo ay comrade. Mga terorista kayo." Bago ang lahat, gusto kong linawin na ako ay hindi kasapi sa kahit na anong grupo, samahan o organisasyon. Ako rin ay isang non-partisan. Wala akong kinikilingan na kahit na anong political group / organization o kahit na sinong politiko.
Red tagging in the Philippines refers to the malicious blacklisting of individuals or organizations, critical or not fully supportive of the actions of the sitting government administration. This blacklisting takes the form of being red tagged as either a communist or terrorist or both, regardless of one's actual political beliefs or group affiliations. Such blacklisting is a form of incitement and has pernicious effects on its targets. Red tagging may be performed by either public servants or shills. The United Nations, Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch warned that the use of red tagging as a political tactic undermines Philippine democracy by stifling dissent, producing a chilling effect on general discourse, and more insidiously, encouraging assassinations and retaliations. The notorious practice, better known in the Philippines as red tagging, is one that many rights groups consider dangerous and life-threatening. The Human Rights Defender Protection Act prohibits people including the government from red tagging individuals. Mark said, "If you know the individual who is red tagging you, go and sue that individual." Mark said, quote, "Some people assume that I am anti-government. Some people misjudge that I am anti-government. My reply, no, I am not. I am not anti-government. As a matter of fact, I truly believe in a firm government for the people. A government for the people and by the people. It is an elementary common sense, my friend. How could a society function without bodies of a government? It is impossible. We need a government for our society and nation to function accordingly. You see, my friend, I am not anti-government. It's the corruption, abuse of power, greed, exploitation, oppression and repression that I despise. Do you understand what I am saying here? Do you understand my point?" Unquote. Mark said that he has all the rights to report, to express his opinion and expression, according to the 1987 Constitution Bill of Rights. Mark said, quote, "No matter what you do, negative people will always look for something that they can throw at you. No matter how many good and positive things you do, people will always criticize you. People don't pay attention to what's good in you, but always on alert for what they can find to discredit, to shame and to misjudge you. People don't pay attention on how clean your white shirt is, only to the tiny stain on your shirt, if there's any." Unquote. Mark said, quote, "Why do you keep telling me that I have no right to criticize the government? Why do you keep telling me that I have no right to criticize the politicians? Who said that I have no rights to criticize? Who said that I cannot criticize? Are we living under a dictatorship? Are we living under a fascist rule? As far as I know, we live in a democratic free nation. As far as I know, the Constitution Bill of Rights give me the freedom to criticize and to shout my grievances. Remember, activism is part of our constitutional rights. Do not red tag me. I criticize, yes, but it doesn't mean that I am a terrorist. I criticize, yes, but it doesn't mean that I am part of the new People's Army. Do not let red tagging to become normal. Do not let red tagging to become part of our norms." Unquote.
Alam nyo ngayon sa Pilipinas, part na ng norms ang red tagging. Kapag ikaw ay may hinanaing sa gobyerno, automatic ikaw ay isang komunista at kasapi ng makakaliwang rebeldeng grupo sa paningin ng mga panatiko/deboto sa gobyerno. Brad, malinaw na sinasaad sa ating saligang batas na tayo ay may karapatang umiling, hindi sumang-ayon at maghatid ng ating saloobin sa gobyerno. Kung ang isang tao ay nagpapahayag ng kanyang pagkadismaya sa gobyerno, hindi ibig sabihin nito ay siya ay isang komunista at kasapi ng makakaliwang rebeldeng grupo.
Mark said. Quote, "In my personal opinion, the people who keep saying that they will not support the poor financially, and or will stop supporting the poor financially because of my political rants are shallow-minded. They say that they don't agree with my political sentiments, so they will stop sending money for the poor. They say that they don't care about my political and social sentiments, so they would not contribute financially for the poor. Yes, in my opinion, they are shallow-minded. I have to tell you that the money you contribute doesn't go into my mouth. The money you contribute doesn't feed my political and social sentiments. Whether you contribute or not, I will not stop, and I will continue with my economic, political, and social sentiments. The money you contribute goes straight to the families we reach and help. Just think about them. Just think about them, and do not pay attention to my sentiments and rants. You can skip my sentiments and rants if you wish, no one is forcing you to listen to what I have to say. You are no different than the hypocrites in the United States' government. They imposed and continue to impose economic sanctions to Cuba, just because they don't agree with the leaders who run the tiny island of Cuba. The ordinary people of Cuba are the ones who suffer economically because of the hypocrisy of the United States' government." Unquote.